from my experience, I've taken pieces of corporate over to my salon,
great.
which
You
means
have
we have team building. How will they know that it's okay for them to communicate with each other? So we have, end of year stuff. We have monthly happy hours to where there's a connection outside. We're building community outside of the salon. You know what I mean?
Welcome to another episode of Salon Talk Literally, the podcast where we dive into a world of beauty, business, and everything in between.
We're here to bring you the real, the raw, and of course, the literal truth about what it's like working in the beauty industry with a few laughs along the way.
And we've got a really dope guest lined up for you today. All right, now let's get into today's topic. Trust me, you literally don't want to miss this one.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Salon Talk Literally. I am Key, your host, and
I'm Diamond.
We welcome you today, and we also have a guest here by the name of Christie, and better known as Brow Bae. All right. So she is a Dallas native, is licensed PMU artist. She's an esthetician and educator based in Texas who proves it's never too late to reinvent yourself. At 45, she departed from corporate and launched her career in the beauty industry with no prior experience. And by 50, she has built a 6-figure brand. Owning 2 thriving salons. At 50, right. I'm like, if I stopped there, it kind of threw me off. I was like, what? She's owning 2 thriving salons located in Cedar Hill with 8 tenants. That's amazing. Specializing in luxury brow services like semi-permanent brow shading, elevated brow waxing, and henna brown staining. Christie is also a sought-after educator, hosting over 20 classes a year and travels to other cities, sharing her unique techniques and inspiring others to pursue their dreams at any stage of life. Y'all, let's welcome Christie. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank y'all for having me here.
No problem. We are so glad to have you
really
here.
Dope. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, this is so inspiring. I mean, like, literally, I like the fact that you are saying it doesn't matter when you start, just started. Like, it don't matter our age range when you want to do this. And then the fact that you say you had no experience at all.
None.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Can you give us a background?
For sure. I was always a girly girl, I think the whole soft girl thing just started making its way.
Yeah.
But, I've been that soft girl, that prim, proper, the makeup phase, the beauty. But, I always excelled in corporate. I was always very well spoken. And so it just came very naturally for me in corporate. I was in public policy at the chamber and very front facing with, officials. And I just wasn't happy. I just wasn't happy. And I wanted to do something that I loved and something that I felt that I would be good at.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't know it would be brows, though.
Wow.
So, yeah. 10 seconds? How long is this show?
Like an hour. We got time, girl. We got time.
Short story. Elevator pitch. What I tell people.
So we got nothing but time. We want to hear everything you want to hear.
I at the time I had just gotten married. At that time I was married, and the day of our honeymoon, I had just landed my perfect job, my dream job at Texas Instruments. I wanted to retire at Texas Instruments in program management, and got that job. And I was like, man, I made it. I'm here. And then that thing in my belly, I was like, I don't love this. I don't love this. And I'm like, why don't I love it? Like, no, you need to love it. And I just couldn't love it. So the day that I got married on my honeymoon, huge wedding, we're laying on the beach, and I got this great job. And I'm telling my husband at the time, and I said, I think I want to quit my job and go to aesthetic school. And he was like,
he looked at you like you was crazy.
Are you like, this was the biggest bait and switch of all time.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to do. And, he agreed. And I said, if you can just hold me down for 6 months, I'm going to go to school for 6 months, and I'm going to do something really, really good and really big. And I didn't know what that thing was.
At that
but
time,
I knew
you
that
still
I
didn't
had
even
it.
know.
Oh, no. I thought I was going to be doing facials and lashes. And,
but you knew you wanted to be an esthetician.
I knew I wanted to be in beauty.
Okay.
But I wanted to do it the right way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so I did go and get my aesthetics license. And, graduated from there, opened a suite, a small room, was paying $175 a week. $175 a week. Didn't have client the first.
My goodness.
No client.
That's how you know you wanted to do it.
Yes.
And I just asked, like, you know, pay all the bills. Help me. Just pay everything for 6 months.
Just do it for
I
me.
promise I'm going to build this to a six-figure empire. And so, needless to say that some people are in our lives for a season, and there are some people who have the ability to motivate you and encourage you. They see something in you beyond what you can see in yourself.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're your person.
No.
That just means that they serve their
Could
purpose.
be a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He served his purpose, and I served my purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, he ended up doing his thing, and
Yeah.
I ended up
You're
doing
doing
my
your
thing.
thing.
And even though we're not together, we both found greatness in the midst of what happened when we were together.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I went on and did exactly what I said I was going to do, and scaled it 5 years, and now I have, you know, Salon Suites, and I'm grateful. I'm just telling my story out loud in real time.
Man,
So you have
beautiful
Salon Suites. Both of your establishments are Salon Suites?
Both of them are Salon Suites. So one of them is an open floor concept.
Okay.
So the first salon that I had was beautiful. Oh, I went all in. It was 12 rooms.
Yeah.
And then you do it and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't need all
Need
this.
all this. Yeah.
And so I honored that lease. And when that lease was up, I wanted an open floor, old school open floor concept. Because I'm 50.
Yeah,
so that's what our grandmothers had. So everybody's behind closed doors. Everything is so private now. So I wanted to bring back that energy of having it on the open floor.
The community.
That's how I was. That was people thought I was crazy,
vibe.
and I did the same thing when I came here.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
And recreating that is like bringing back bell-bottom jeans.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
people miss it. People want that.
They want them.
Would you
I do.
say in that location area that they want that more than they would the suites concept?
You know, I had to do my due diligence to see what model would work in what city.
Yeah.
Depending on the type of woman, you know, I knew you have to develop what your target audience is. You know, some women, my age and older, they may suffer, like I have hairstylists in there, they may suffer from alopecia.
Right.
And they may have other issues that they don't want to be on the floor. And so we do have an alternate room of private spaces
Yeah, I
to
love
where
that.
if they want that, I got you.
Yeah.
You know, you will have no less of an experience with that. But, you know, we try to honor everybody, but that part is important.
It is.
Understanding.
It's definitely that.
Will they come if it's open floor?
Yeah, because you know, I feel like Dallas is corporate concept. So a lot of people are in their corporate mindset.
Right.
So the open concept just wasn't existing for a while.
Right.
So it's trying to bring them back to where like people used to separation and all of that. So that's why I asked that
Very
question because I know when I came here, people were looking at me like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go
It's foreign.
sweet. And I'm like, y'all, it's like, that was new to me.
Yeah.
Like it was not, you know, so that's why I wanted to know like, how was
Just
it over there?
because everybody is migrating towards salon suites doesn't mean that the old model doesn't work anymore. Like the old model is profitable.
work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
There are people who need that synergy out in that floor like that in order to thrive. It's an introvert's heaven because I'm out there, but I don't really have to talk to them other people if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? So it works for, it can work.
It can work
with the right
people.
Yes, that's true. And I think
have to have the
that's
right
the
people.
part. It just takes a little time to find the
figure
right
out,
people.
who's going.
And that was
That
my
dynamic
thing.
is
I'm not
really
going to even lie.
important.
Before I transitioned to the school, my thing was the right people.
It's really important. That dynamic has to, that synergy in that
Everyone has to
room,
match.
it has to be.
It can't be too much of this, not enough of that. You know,
Yes.
It's a
gotta
quiet
flow.
understanding
That's it.
that just works organically.
Organically.
And any
Yeah.
kink in that method, the whole thing is messed up.
Oh my goodness.
Because if you
Yes.
have 6 people working in there and one of them is this. They're not going to go online and write a review about her business inside.
They're going to write a
They're
review
gonna look
about
at
the whole
the
establishment.
name on the wall and go and say Christie Brow Artistry, also known as Tress. And now I'm catching strays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over somebody else. And that's the hard part about being a salon owner.
Yes.
Is that you take whatever goes on in your space, you take the blame
you
for
have
it.
to.
Yes.
It is risky.
It's so risky.
Yes.
So we always think about that at the whole forefront of building a business, structuring it and everything. It's like, so I was always quick to let go. Are you quick to fire?
Oh, man. You know, it's the law of attachment, of detachment.
Yeah. You have that.
When you were asking me, like, why, like, this just, it can be very cold.
Yeah.
But I handle it with logic versus emotion in my business.
That's very good.
I can't run my business on emotion.
Yeah.
So I can't go, oh, this isn't working. Well, no, I think we've reached the
we
end
have
of our
we
life.
have definitely reached a point where you have to
And I think this is the end for us.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And I love that. That's why I asked that, because it is hard for some people, and they would have wished that they did it immediately, because then it caused them way more problems.
Way more problems down the line.
So
I
I
agree.
always
and I
ask
came from
that.
HR, so
Yeah,
I
was
have
gonna
no
ask if you
problems
Yes.
with
Yeah.
exit interview.
Yeah.
See, so that's good. It was hard for me at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me talk
Like when
with you
I
for a
first
second.
opened my very first salon, girl, I was like, I gotta do it. I had to hype myself up
Bringing
every
yourself
single
to
time.
And that's fair.
You
That's
know?
fair. That's normal.
So I always, but now, no.
No.
I don't even think twice.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
not
not
you
gonna
see the
work.
value in making and go ahead and button that up.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that detachment and being able to detach from people, places, things that no longer serve you in that capacity.
That's it.
That's good.
And that you're no longer serving.
Absolutely.
Because if you're not in sync, then if you're not in harmony,
It's
then
holding-
neither one of you
It's
are.
holding you back.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
come on, let's meet for coffee and let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna button it up to where it's beautiful. And who knows? I do believe in growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can grow.
They can.
They can go
Later.
away from you, and if you leave that door the right way, then they can come
They
back.
can come
Yeah.
back.
But that's your decision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's your decision.
That's
good
definitely
stuff.
And I love that
Yes.
because you always tend to let it go on a great path, but everybody don't
It don't
you know
always
what I'm saying?
happen
Don't
that
always
way.
happen that way.
Sometimes.
And that's life.
And that is life, and you just gotta know to roll with it. And that's why I learned not to put too much into. You give them exactly what they give in, because you don't want that attachment done. You also want them to work for whatever that they want, and know that you don't lean on me. So then, if things don't go right, I'm okay with if you need to go. Like I'm not about to attach to that.
And if you
Like you were
don't
saying.
go on and be great after you leave, that is not your responsibility.
No, it's not my responsibility.
That's not my responsibility.
Exactly.
I release you
Yes.
and all of the greatness of your brand.
Yes.
And I do with
Yes,
blessings. But
yes.
if that does not happen,
Yes.
then sometimes people will see how great it was when they were
Afterwards.
there.
Being attached.
yeah.
And
Ooh.
now
Oh,
when they're
yeah.
gone, they're like, oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's different out
It
here.
is.
Yeah.
And
Grass
that's
is
the
brown.
thing about
It's
it.
brown.
And I hate that it always take them later to realize that, because like if you go to a couple places first before you come to me, and I try to have those deep interviews before to try to figure out what they've done. So, because
hard.
if you haven't had a chance to get out there to see what's out there, you want to appreciate what I'm offering to you.
That is 100%.
You want to appreciate
And
what
I
I'm
sell
offering
that
to
because
you.
I'm sold that is true.
Yeah.
I've
And
been
I
in
know
salons
that
where they
I was
micromanage
given
you and
something that you're not gonna get. These
Yep.
people are robbing. These people are taking your money every week. They're locking you out of your places. You're not learning anything
You're
from
being
there.
micromanaged.
You're being
watched.
micromanaged.
Yeah.
You're being watched. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Not only that, you got a live mentor right here with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got people to ask questions
Instructor,
to.
educator.
You're not paying as much as you pay there. all we ask is small things. If you don't like to live by rules, I don't know where you're gonna be in life if you don't like that.
It's just really that simple. I
That's
don't
the
have
one.
contracts.
Really.
I just have agreements.
That's what I believe in, because nobody wants to be tied
That
to
you
a contract, because I
won't
might
mess
not
my
want
space
you.
up. I don't want anybody to be where they don't
want to be. That's me. I'm
you want
always
to
like
be
that.
Yeah.
Just give me a contract. Give me a 2-week notice, and then you can go.
Go about your way.
That's my thing always, girl. I'm not tying you down to anything.
You're coming back.
Or you gonna try to come back.
You gonna try.
You gonna try to.
Because I know
depending on how
what
you
you're offering,
Yeah.
you know what the model looks like, and if it's exceptional, then I know what that looks like, and you know,
and big on communication.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. Like, communicate.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things could be resolved through
for sure,
communication.
just having dialogue.
Dialogue.
But you would be surprised
I know.
at how many people
Don't know how to.
are averse to just sitting down and having a tough conversation.
Yeah.
Like, everything is not going to be rainbows and strawberries.
No.
It's not.
Sometimes I'm going to sit down and say, I don't like how you were talking to me.
Exactly.
And I need you to know
I
right
need
now.
you to know.
We don't need a meeting on it.
No.
Yeah.
We don't need an email or a text. I need you to know
Yes, I
right
need you to
now
know right
that
here.
I don't like it. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
I got to go. I have a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's
Yes,
it. You know?
yes.
But-
And that's literally how it is, because if I hold on to it, it's not going to put me in a good place. So I have to get out and tell you, like, look, we this has to
For sure.
this has to be resolved, or this
Yes.
is not going to work.
No,
you
we're
know?
gonna talk
Yeah.
about it
And
right
so,
now.
Yes, let's go
I've
ahead and
been
put it in the
there.
book.
Like, that's why I was like, I came a long way, because
We are going to talk about it. And we're going to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
yes,
You know?
and I think that's what a lot. I feel like the disconnect is between working in a salon versus suites.
Right.
Is that the other stylists don't know how to communicate, or people just don't know how to communicate in general.
Yeah.
Like, as far as, you know, being able to accept that you are in someone else's salon. So
Right.
there is rules, but also understand that it's communication thing. I'm sure that the person that runs it, she don't want to babysit y'all.
Right.
At all. She
I
has
don't.
her
I'm
own
behind the chair,
problems,
too.
yes, and
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
own stuff. So a little communication goes a long way.
I think from my experience, I've taken pieces of corporate over to
That's
my salon,
great.
which
You have
means
upgraded.
we
Have
have
that.
team building. How will they know that that it's okay for them to communicate with each other? So we have, you know, end of year stuff. We have monthly happy hours
That's
to
good.
where there's a connection outside.
You build a community.
We're building community outside of the salon.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So
And
people
like,
don't
that's
feel
good
that
that you
they're just
said that.
working. Like,
Yeah.
no, let's go have a drink with me. You know?
So, okay, with that, the flip side of that, because I had an experience with that.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, since you've been in corporate, right?
Yeah.
And I miss it.
I miss it sometimes.
You
not
miss
that
it.
much.
Yeah, you're like not that much to go
But
back.
you know what? You would be a
Unemployable at this
good
point.
coach at being able to give those skills
That's
to
what I
others.
was
I've
not
heard that
thinking.
so
Like, you would be
much.
able to, because it's a
You
lot of
should
salon
consider
owners
it.
that don't have that skill,
They
and they
don't.
be trying to connect with their
I'm gonna pray
stylists.
about that.
You
I
should.
think, girl,
I
I
will.
seen it instantly when you said that, right?
Yeah, I
so I'm
appreciate that.
speaking that into your
Thank
spirit.
you so
to you.
much. I've
But
heard that a few times.
I balanced that, because I did do that as well. I had 8 women in my first salon.
Okay.
And I had built relationships with them outside of just the salons. I would have that same thing too. We would go places, we would go, do things. But then once we got back into the salon, and there was direct authority,
Right.
there became an
It's
issue.
a balance. So here's
Yes.
the thing.
Yes.
Even when we're out, everybody can still have a great time. I am still in that mindset, in that role that
I'm still
boss.
your
Still
boss,
boss.
at the
Still
end of
boss.
the day.
Yes.
and I can't really
I can't really.
indulge. I can drink,
See,
but I can't
okay,
drink
that's
too
so
much.
that was-
I can
yeah,
talk,
yeah.
but I can't talk
Too
too
much.
much.
Right,
I can
right.
engage, but at the same level to where you don't get it
Boundaries.
twisted.
Don't get it twisted,
Yeah.
the boundaries.
Or me.
And I think that it
Yeah.
was it's just going to be that one that's going to keep trying you, right? And,
sure.
and so that's where I was at.
Yeah.
And so then it became, when I was cracking down on that one, they started trying to double team and go against,
hate
so that's
that.
why I said
Those
it's
boundaries.
so like a balance, because
Yep.
then they look at you like, now she acting like she don't want to hang, because then I start cutting back because it started being, because I'm not, if I have to choose where you going to try to treat me like I'm the same person, then maybe we hanging too much or we doing, so I cut back, and then that's where it became she thinks she's too good,
and then you feel that
you feel it,
and so then it just goes
the
so many,
thick. Yeah,
so that's why I balance. I'm like, I kind of juggle with that. So at that point, going through that experience, I don't even do it.
I encourage you to try it again.
Okay.
Like, that was one experience with one group of people.
I think before that, I need to learn some corporate skills.
I was going to say, some of that we have to own with who we chose.
I got to learn some team building and corporate skills before I even think about anything like that. Because, that was my first experience with that and everything. And I caught myself thinking I knew what I was doing. Yeah. Of course, we think that. And I was like only salon that had that many women in one place together, and we was like the salon, So it was good when it was good, but then when that part came,
it is a challenge.
I was like, oh my! And so I wanted so much for them more than they wanted for them, And I was, getting them in talent shows. I was getting them in hair shows, and encouraging them to go in. I don't need to showcase my stuff. I didn't already been there, done that. Yeah. I want you to shine. Yeah. It's not about me, because if it was about me, then it'll be I'm not. What am I? How good am I being the owner and not wanting you guys to grow?
But we can. And I had to learn too, that from what you're saying, that you were pushing. If you notice that I push a lot of people on my story, I share the other women in my salon. I share their services, their business. But at which point I feel like I'm promoting your brand harder than you are.
So then you stop.
I'm taking a step back.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation.
Now I don't want to, if you're driving it, then I'm riding with you.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm there as long as you're moving.
But I'm not going to
I can't do it for
your
you.
brand and mine.
Yes.
And so that's definitely something I had to learn the hard way too, because I saw potential in people, and I want to push them beyond their comfort level.
And
but
they
that
weren't ready.
Requires a lot of work.
A lot of work and energy. And it starts to take you away from your own things.
Into my own detriment.
Yes. And so that's why I said, I would never not do that anymore, because I found myself in a pickle, like trying to do for them and losing opportunities and everything.
Because you want to reach back and you want to help other people. But if you are not, like if I see your potential, you still got to be potential by the time you get to me. Like I need you.
You got to be really
ready to grab my
hand.
And that comes with me watching and observing.
That part.
I'm watching. They don't know that I'm watching, but I'm watching what time they come to work. Oh yeah. I'm watching how they respond to their clients when they come into the door. I'm listening, and I'm paying attention to how you're responding to their child being disorderly. And so if you have all those pieces where you understand, like, okay, she gets it. She's a servant leader, and she gets it.
Servant leader, that's it.
If you're driving, I'm going to ride with you.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Because we work for them.
Yes.
They're I work for my clients. They pay my bills.
They pay our bills. Yes.
They be paying my bills.
Yes.
They coming through. Yes. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to you, clients.
Yeah. Listen.
They be coming through. The clients come through.
I'm telling you, I'm like, listen, because that's why I was like, when it's hard for them, we feel it. So we want to definitely try our best to deliver what we can.
So
for them.
That servant leader is understanding that we are blessed to be in that position, but still understanding that I work for you. I work for you. I don't work for myself.
If we keep it in our head, then maybe it'll change your mindset of a lot of things.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's important. Yeah. I had to learn the hard way. I think when
we
first start,
man,
that ego be egoing.
The ego gonna eat you up
and the slow seasons be like, what client?
It's right. Yeah.
Where's your money?
Yeah.
Where's the
girl?
money?
Because the money. It be hitting, you be like, okay, so I know
I just
$5
made $5,000 last week.
Yeah. So what the heck just happened?
This week is giving
and
what?
It's just giving nothing.
Yeah.
One or two. You like, wait a minute.
It'll humble you.
It will humble you. So
it makes you go and rethink.
Yeah,
that ego has to be
dropped to the floor.
Yes,
to the floor. Yes,
for sure.
And
that's first year. That first year ego, especially if you go from making $60,000 and you double that in your first year, in your mind, you're like, oh, I'm that girl.
I done made it.
No,
Baby,
not if this
I have
mismanaged
been
and
there.
properly.
Oh my God. I think we all, girl, this is the rebuilding time, okay?
It is a rebuilding, yeah.
And
For sure.
So we just be trying to help our audience know, like people that's watching, like listen, still learn from us because we still going through all the
we
changes.
are.
We telling you all our experiences.
Yeah.
We telling you what we currently be
We're in
going
a
through.
transition now.
I like to say
Transitioning.
that I'm just telling my story in real time.
In real time.
I'm walking it through, and if you can catch some of the cliff notes of it on the way, I'm just telling it in real time. And we don't know what that next chapter is, but it's a beautiful story of ebb and flow, and talking about just understanding your experiences from the salon before. Those weren't failures, man. They were definitely lessons for us.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I learned
we failed
a lot
forward.
from that.
Yeah, we failed forward
Yes.
for sure. And what I learned during those seasons of transitions, they weren't. I posted on my story not too long ago. I was like, baby, this is not a storm. It's a transition.
It's a
Absolutely.
transition.
Because I had to
transition.
learn that too.
Yeah.
I said, when things are going, when it looks like it's not good,
Yeah.
it's the reason why that flow stops.
It's a shift.
It's a shift for you. You know,
Yeah.
at that point, you need to think about what it is that you supposed to be doing
This
outside
career
of
track,
this.
right?
Yes.
You were on this track, but now you're on
Now you're on
that
that track.
track.
Yeah,
That's a whole different train.
A whole different train.
Different
And then
color,
we was up
everything.
there talking about how you seem like you get at the top of the ladder, now you back down and restart right back up again, and you go back down and you got to start back
That's
up again.
the what I like to tell my mentees, that's the ebb and flow
Yes.
of entrepreneurship. It's never linear.
It's never.
It's
never.
never
It's-
linear.
It never will
It
be.
goes
Never.
left, right. It goes down.
Down.
And then you can go all the way up
all
and
the
then
way up.
left,
Shoot all the way
right.
down.
And you're like,
You
I'm
like,
just taking my
baby,
hands off this ride.
I don't even know where
'Cause,
I'm
baby,
at
where
this
we going?
point.
Literally.
So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's just the ebb and flow of success, and
Yes.
entrepreneurship is never linear.
Yeah.
It's gonna go, and it's still a win. Everything is, it's still a win. Like I said, it's a beautiful
I've
story.
never heard not one person come in here and say they regret entrepreneurship. I've never heard it.
no, I'm
They'll
not.
talk about everything else. We'll talk about our ups and downs, but we
no.
we still don't regret
I'm
it.
I'm unhireable at this point.
Look, okay.
No, for real.
What can I do?
Like we cannot even go to a job. Like I've
What
never
am I
seen.
finna apply
Yes,
for?
I said the
Yep.
same thing. I'm like, girl, if I thought about what I'd be able to do,
A doctor. I need to be a doctor.
Yeah.
What?
to even be a little
I
satisfied
can't
with
even
what
think
you can
about.
do.
Like I don't even know.
I thought about it one day.
Bartender, like,
Baby.
just,
I said
or
the same
like
thing.
a server
I still would have to be
again.
a bartender or something.
I need to
I
make
don't know, but
how
I still
much-
can't even
how
do
many-
that either.
And that's the gag. It's the pay
I'm
cut.
also just
So
gotta be a
basically, I'm
dancer.
stuck in this
Yeah.
because nothing else is
Nothing
gonna
else
pay.
works.
Look, I'm like, I just might as well just gotta be a dancer, not just play.
I feel like coaching at some
But
point,
coaching
as I
for
come
sure.
from behind the chair,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm leaning more towards coaching and teaching
Yeah.
so that people understand the evolution of their brand
Yes.
versus just staying that same way. Like I'm excited to be here in the salon version of
Yes.
this because
Yes.
I want to be on myself one day. I was back when
Yeah.
there was, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
that's where you
because
guys
you
are gonna
help
be.
you added
know?
to the contribution of the growth. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know about that,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
just
you
want to be
did.
able to say I remember
presence.
when.
I remember
they
when.
were. I remember meeting with them
Yes.
3-4 years ago.
Yes. Wow.
And now they're on TV doing their thing.
Oh,
and
wow.
we
and-
received that.
yeah.
We receive it for
Have me
sure.
back. Bring me
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
you're
everybody
definitely
say-
coming back.
Listen,
Yeah.
me tell you, we got so many people want to come back.
Listen.
It's so crazy, and I'm going to deliver that for y'all. Like seriously, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
This
it's
is-
so
this is
crazy
beautiful
because
what
it's
y'all are
so. I love it every single time we
good.
get guests on here. It's just so much
love
comes
it.
out
So
of it.
refreshing,
And it's
like,
so
I'm over
refreshing.
here like, okay, now I had what I said. I found my business coach. Now I think I found a mentor today as well because I'm listening.
My
Just,
inbox is loaded.
I'm
with
sure.
know it
mentor
is.
I'm telling you, that's what I
requests.
see you. I just see this.
it's just
oh my
the
God, I
way
just
that
see
you
it.
carry yourself.
Yes,
Your
like, I'm
presence
grown
speaks
though,
for
y'all.
I
So
know,
it's
we
like,
can
you know, it's
tell.
like I'm grown, but
But
when
I
she
need
had
some of
done
that
and when
to rub
she
off on
left
me.
me a voice message, my first time ever hearing her, I
there was a
like,
voice
How
note.
was it?
girl, she was so sweet and so
is.
just
And then
So
yesterday I was in a panic.
peaceful.
I was like, "Hey, girl," I literally vomited on the voice.
I said,
don't
but
know
I
what to
love
expect.
her spirit.
I love it.
From
Thank
day
you.
one, she was like, "Hey, love." She was like, I would absolutely love to
It's
do
some
it.
girl
And
rich
she was
auntie
just
vibes.
so, it gave me that. It definitely gave me that. I was loving it. I said, you know,
Some
she,
girl rich
after I
auntie
got through
vibes.
at the all what she said, I said, she is so sweet.
That is
So
so
sweet.
sweet.
I said,
Thank
now
you
I
so
can
much.
actually put a voice to her
yes,
page
to her face.
on IG, and I'm like, I cannot wait to meet her. I was
tried.
just like that, like, so with the weather and stuff that came this week, I was like,
crazy.
how can we still keep going on? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm glad it worked out like it did.
I am,
And I
because
appreciate
everybody's
your
still
patience and your
committed.
grace.
No,
yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
because I
It's
understand.
been a crazy week.
I would imagine. I
It's
would
been
imagine.
a really crazy week.
Yeah, but y'all
Yes,
getting it
sir.
done.
We are.
You're getting it
Yeah.
done.
We're knocking it out. I'm
Yes.
so grateful that
I can't
you
wait to
know
see.
everybody
Yes.
committed to it. Everybody came and we good.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm grateful. I finally have my assistant.
I was gonna ask you that. So how
Oh.
was that process like? And how long was you looking for one?
So here's the deal.
Okay.
I was contemplating having. I tried to balance it and do it all myself. I tried.
We've been talking about that
Everything.
all day.
Everything like booking.
Because
and,
why? Why would I do? It's like and my friend. She's a doctor and it's almost like her seeing the patients and booking their appointments and cleaning the room and doing all of that. It's just like it's
not
impossible.
gonna
I
work.
can't do that.
Can't do it.
So I had been contemplating having another assistant because I had one.
Okay.
And it was a family member, and I won't go into that anymore.
I already
but
know you. That's
what
that's
I wanted
the
to
key
pursue
word.
this time was not a friend or a
Yeah,
family member,
somebody you
someone who
didn't even know.
knew me but didn't know me in that capacity.
Yeah.
And this young lady, we have gone to church together. We've worked behind the scenes on different productions, fashion shows at church
okay.
before. So we know each other,
Yeah.
but not on a deep
On
level.
a deep level.
Which was
Right.
surface enough
Yes.
just for me,
Yes.
for her to be
Yes.
like, oh, okay.
Just enough to know
I can
you
do it.
a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
And so she had been asking me for, well over 3 years. Like, I want to come work with you. I want to work with you. And I just had forgotten. And when I posted about it, I was like, hey, I'm looking for an admin, put the salary and the hours. She immediately responded. And I was like, Lindsay, man.
How can I
this
forget
is it.
you?
I immediately felt that in the pit of my
Yes.
stomach.
good.
That
Like, this is the
This is the
person.
person. And we met for coffee that day. And she has just come in like a whirlwind.
Wow.
And
That's
Perfect
a blessing.
timing.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
and that's what, you know what, me and Diamond have learned so many lessons through these whole interviews.
Yeah.
And well, I'm not gonna say interviews, but just through these sessions, because this is like girl talk. Like
Yeah.
this is therapeutic for
Chat.
us. Okay, we chatting, but delegation has been the biggest keyword
The biggest
Yeah, like
for
takeaway from
us
today.
because we have a hard time doing that.
It's about trust.
We have a hard time
You
doing
can't
it, and
delegate what
delegating
you don't
is
trust will get done. What's your birth month?
February.
Oh, okay, I'm finna say because I'm a Virgo. No one
Why
is
did you
more.
give me Virgo energy?
No one is more afraid
I
of
know.
letting something
Yes,
go
than a Virgo.
than a Virgo woman.
That's true. Y'all
So,
have to have it perfect and
I
all
need to see
together.
it. I
Yes.
but I had to get my peace back, and
Yeah.
so that meant I had to trust
Had to
people
release
to
a
do what
little
they
bit.
say
And
they're
that's
gonna
true
do
because it gets hard.
Yeah.
And we're kind of control freaks too. So it's like we know how we want it done. We know how we see it, and if they don't do it, then we quick to grab it back. Like,
Yes.
let me do it.
Yes.
I got this.
My
But we
mentor taught me
can't.
like, don't grab it back. Coach her.
Coach her.
Teach her
Yeah.
to speak your language.
Yep.
Show her your voice.
Yeah.
And so I began to do that. And we all ultimately want someone who is forward thinking, who can
Yes.
anticipate our needs.
Yes.
Like,
And
to be
not
able to
just
say,
have
no,
to
Christy
tell them
wouldn't want
every
that.
single thing. Yeah, go
Yeah.
off of what you already know
Yeah.
about
Already
me.
know.
Kind of take a lead in
And
some
that takes
things
time.
because it do.
That takes time.
And that's why I don't know. I just had the best one when I was back home. I just miss her so much.
I know.
Oh.
It's detached.
Like I never. I said if I could have just
Detached.
said I had
Move to the next
I
person.
had- Girl, I
Right?
literally
You're like, that's
detached
like
4
your
years
father.
ago. Trust me.
I love
it's
her. It
long
was
gone,
great.
But baby, I love you. But girl, if I could have brought her though with me, I sure
Yeah.
would have. But what worked for me, I've tried all ages of assistance.
Yeah.
But she was an older woman.
Okay.
And I did not know that she would be coming and just help me that dramatically like
invested.
that.
She was invested in you.
She was definitely invested in me.
Yeah.
And she ended up being the best one that I've had ever picked.
Well,
and the reason why,
she like, well, let's move on.
Yes,
find another one.
Yes. You would tell me like, girl, go. But I don't need an assistant now. I just need an admin though. Right now, like I think. So now I'm discovering exactly the duties that I need. So now I know what to look for.
So would it be more an admin or more of a personal assistant? Because Lindsay's more of a personal assistant.
Probably more like
because she dabbles in a little bit of. She may have to go to. So when the personal assistant's
like, okay, so what does she do? Your scheduling too?
Yes. Okay. Well, she manages conflicts with my schedule. Okay. Like coming out here, she would have managed all of this to where I wouldn't have had to make you wait 20 days for a 3-word bio. A 3-sentence bio that I popped in AI and did it less than
You know what, Chrissy?
Now that's funny.
That type of thing. Like I live downtown,
I think I needed to know the difference then, maybe.
Yeah,
because
so a personal assistant, like I would never ask her to pick up my dry cleaning. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Because
see, and that's why I thought personal assistant would be for more
but I don't want her to do that. What personal assistant for me looks like, if I'm on travel, you know, she may have to go to my apartment and feed my fish or something. And she can stay there if she wants, you know. But that comes from that trust. Yeah. You know, and people love going to my apartment anyway. So it's not like
I think I need an admin.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I love that you romanticize the connection that you have with her. Mm-hmm. Take that and search for your next person.
Yes. Now I'm ready to do that.
Because now you know what that person looks like.
Yes, exactly. No, I've always knew what that person was like. I have not even thought about an assistant since I've been here in Texas. Because I've been at a place where my schedule was manageable. I did it. I was enough to handle it myself. Yeah. Because I didn't overbook like I did back
is
then.
Gonna go. So
yes, this is a school now. So what I need now is an admin because I need there to handle the calls, the registration forms to come in, things like that.
Yeah, okay. Because this is on its way up.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
It's already up.
It is,
but it's going up.
I
can see it. I'm telling you.
I receive
what y'all are doing is important.
I receive it. It is so needed. It's important.
Mm-hmm. Just dialogue, just conversation.
Yes.
So from two, just genuine, like,
I know we love you already.
Look, I'm like, oh my God, but I knew it from the time I heard a voice. I promise you. Yeah. I meant to tell you that, and I was like...
Yeah, I got it. When she said, I'm a hugger, I'm like, oh, yeah, she my people. She my people, because I hug everybody that come in here.
Yeah. She likes me. Mm-hmm. No, I need to hug. Yes. And that's how I am, too. I need to feel energy. Yeah. Like, I hug people. I don't...
Energy don't lie.
Energy does not...
No, I got to.
It does
even
not.
when you wanted to.
When you wanted to, when you try to,
try to ignore it.
Yeah, it's like...
Energy be like,
no.
Energy just coming out. Yes, every time.
Energy she's really that girl.
She is that girl.
She's exactly what you see.
Hey, that's a good t-shirt design. Energy is that girl. Yes.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Energy is that girl.
She's protected us from a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Where are you from?
Highlight some things about you.
Okay,
right?
go for it.
I want to know where you're from originally, because I don't think we even asked.
Did we ask?
I'm originally from Dallas.
Okay.
Really?
I grew up in Oak Cliff, like Marsalis. I went to TL Marsalis Elementary School, if you're familiar with that part of town, like Ledbetter. I was supposed to go to Kimball High School, but my mom wanted me to be in a different school district. Shout out to Dallas, no shade.
Yeah.
But she wanted me to be in Duncanville.
Okay.
And so we moved to Duncanville when I was getting ready to go to the 9th grade.
Okay.
And went there and finished in Duncanville.
So you're being so familiar with that, with Dallas.
Yeah, I've been here my whole life. Okay. Well, I was born in San Antonio, but I moved here when I was 3.
Yeah, so you still from here.
We're not going back.
Yeah.
So basically.
I went to this thing at a school, and I remember one time they were asking, like, well, how old are you? And I was saying it was 1970, and like, are you an ancestor? Like, are you
not an ancestor?
Not an ancestor.
Maybe yes, I was a slave.
Like, are you a
You know what, Chrissy? You are not about to play with me today.
I was a slave.
I'm still taken back. Like, I'm like...
1974.
Man.
Not the number.
But yeah, originally from Dallas.
I seen that. Okay.
I love Dallas.
I said
Yeah.
Dallas native, so I knew I kind of.
I love Dallas.
You know what? It had grew on me when I first got here.
Where you from?
Kansas City.
Okay.
Yes, and it did grow on me, but I do like it now.
Okay. How long have you been here?
4 years.
Okay. So it's still you're
It's still fairly
getting
new.
acclimated.
Still kind of
Do you call it home yet, or
I just
your driver's license, everything's
I ain't even
switched
got.
up?
Okay, so
Nah, bro,
next
you
week,
got home.
next week,
What, kid?
next week
Not
is my
yet.
appointment. You know how long it takes to
It
get up
take
and
a
get an
long.
appointment.
It take at least
Girl, I'm
6
like almost
months.
a year.
No
I'm like,
lie.
oh my god.
It does, yeah.
So yeah, next
Okay.
week,
Mm-hmm.
y'all can officially say I'm.
Oh,
Dallas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It took a minute for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have friends who are from Cali. Well, a friend from Cali,
Okay.
and he just got his.
Just got it right.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
driver's
this is
license,
ridiculous. It
everything's
takes
switched over.
months.
Yeah,
It
it's a
does.
process.
Oh my god.
Because then you
It's
have
like
to.
they don't. Do y'all not want people
That-
to come here? Like, why are you
like,
making it this
Why
hard?
y'all make it so hard? And
Yeah.
I literally got to drive an hour and a half away just to go get them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think I drove to Baytown.
Because if
to
I
update
don't,
my
I
driver's
Baytown?
gotta
license.
go all the way back home and get my new ones renewed and then come back. Because who gonna go and take all that
That's
testing? No,
Yeah,
I'm
not
not
doing
doing it. So I have to go an hour and a half away. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
I know. But I will officially next week.
Holiday.
Oh my God. So you said that you hosted over 20 classes.
I think that's actually
Do you do the classes at your
short.
location?
I think that's actually a low number. Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I host them at my salon. One of my salons has an open floor like this, which is ideal for me to, because there's rooms at that salon.
Okay.
At the present time, at that salon, there's only 2 or 3 people working in the room part of the salon.
Okay.
So the floor is open, so I use it as teaching space.
Okay.
I'm not really in a hurry to feel it. It's aesthetic, and I could convert it to.
You
for
can
it
do
to be-
so much when you have the open space. I'm not gonna lie. You see what we doing right now, literally.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yes.
literally the floor space, and that first location is about this size.
Okay.
The other salon is larger, as you've seen on. So there's not really a space for me to,
space,
but it's
right.
just open floor, beautiful. It's big, but yeah, I teach at my
That's just
space.
good that you even got 2 locations. You know, it's people that even struggle to do one.
Yeah.
I
So-
never said I didn't struggle with
I know,
it.
I know you did, but I'm saying
Managing
the fact that it's
personalities.
still-
But I got
you
it
still got
to
it
where
though.
now I understand what is important in order for me to keep
Yeah.
what I had.
Yeah.
You know, not to sidebar, but when I very first started, I gave myself 1 year to do whatever I wanted to do. You know, 6 figures, right? Either you're gonna just be reckless with it forever, or you can say 1 year, and I bought everything I wanted to buy. I bought a car. I bought purses, handbags, shoes, took trips, room service, housekeeping, everything. I bought everything, and then I shut the door. I buckled down. And when I say I understood what overhead meant, you got to keep that overhead low. Because if
that's
you
where I'm
blowing
at now.
10 grand a month,
I'm trying to do tightness.
that's not a
now.
flex.
No, no.
That's not a flex.
Baby.
No.
No.
You gotta
Put that
get
over in,
that.
pop it in that Roth IRA.
Listen.
Let's have that conversation.
Let's have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, let's
talk
have
about
that
it.
one.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Bring it back so we can talk about financial
You know
literacy.
what? That's the
That's gonna
one.
be the one on the panel,
We
okay?
need to talk
Yeah.
about
Hold on for
financial
this, 'cause,
literacy.
I mean, for real.
Because it can get reckless. And
It
so,
can.
but
It
yeah,
can because the
but
money comes so fast.
Gotta be careful with it.
And you got to be careful how you
Yeah.
are utilizing that money.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, girl, don't be all
If you
this
don't
splurge.
invest it, you're not
telling
going to
you.
have it.
You know,
My biggest splurge. What is my biggest splurge?
What
every
was
month?
it?
Do you
Yeah,
know?
that's
I
a good-
guess.
I would
good
love
question that
to-
we need to have on
That's
this.
a good
What is the
one.
biggest
What's
splurge
the
that you
biggest
did?
splurge?
I wouldn't say. Well, I think my biggest splurge that I like to do is I don't plan for travel. Do you know what I mean?
You just
You
I
just
just-
spontaneously
I just
go.
book it. The flight
Ooh,
is
I
like.
love that though.
But I'm
That's a
living
vibe,
low
though.
key the rest of my
That's a
life.
vibe.
Living low key the rest of my
Yes.
rest of my
Yeah.
life. You know,
Yes.
no $800, $900
Yes.
units.
Yeah.
We got a $70 synthetic on.
Yeah.
I get my nails done.
But the
I have
nails is like a
But
must.
Yeah, the
if
nails
I
look
feel like I want
bomb.
to go to Jamaica, I'm gonna book a $2,000 flight,
Right.
and I'm
Yeah.
just gonna stay. And that to me
That's your little piece
that's a
of
flex
that's
for
the
me.
flex for you.
Yeah, but
you deserve to
Uber Eats
travel.
every single
Do
day.
you?
Every
Every day.
So you don't cook, basically.
You don't cook, period.
No.
You don't have the time.
Oh my goodness.
No,
You
I
don't
do
have
have the time, but it's just
That's just
me.
not your
It ain't-
thing.
Yeah,
It's hard to cook for
You
one
got an
person.
animal. You got a dog, don't you?
No, I don't.
You don't.
No.
I have a friend, and only time I cook is when I have to cook for him.
Yeah.
He like, I'm coming over.
Right, right. You like, oh my God.
I guess
Let me
I'll
take this
cook
ground
today.
beef out.
I really don't want to.
Right. We can do something real quick.
But
Big
yeah,
Daddy.
So funny.
so that's the only thing I really splurge on is
Yeah.
Uber Eats and travel.
Yeah.
I don't really
Traveling, you cannot. You can't go
'cause
wrong
it's
with
Yeah,
traveling.
you can't.
Woo.
It is an
I just want
experience.
Experience is
experiences at
everything.
this age, and I put my phone down when I travel so I can
love
be present. I want to keep it all up in
In your
here,
mind,
and
yeah.
if it goes away, then that's fine. At least I had it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't need to take the plane wings and
Yeah.
show all the pieces.
Everything.
I want to just be.
You want to be there.
I be taking like 5 pictures on vacation.
Like,
Like
I didn't even know you were gone.
I be forget. Yeah.
There you go.
I like to sit
They
in
all
it
get
and
chilly.
enjoy.
Right.
Yes.
Enjoying it.
Yeah. So that's probably
cool.
the biggest flex. I don't.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm 50,
love
so I don't
to
do
like-
too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's- Quit saying that because you
I'm
look
so
so
retired,
good,
baby.
baby.
wait.
You couldn't even pay me to think you was 50.
That was just hard
Me
to believe.
neither. But yeah,
You
that's
could not
the
even
truth.
pay
That's
me
a
to
blessing.
believe
Hard
it
truth.
at first.
Not a
Yes.
hard truth.
That's a hard truth. It's so
It really,
funny, though.
really is. Oh my goodness.
I enjoy 50. 50 is.
I was
No,
gonna ask you
how
that,
was
like,
that
what do
fun?
you feel like it's at right now out of your, because you have no children, right?
I do.
Or do you
I
have
have
children?
I have grandchildren.
Oh my God, let's talk about it. Like, how many
Yes.
children do you
I
have?
have my daughter is 26
Wow.
and my son is 31
Oh my
and
goodness.
then my grandson is 3.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm Gigi.
Yes.
Gigi.
So then, of course, your life also revolves
Around your
that.
family.
Around your family, too.
Yes, I love my people.
And they're here, right?
Everybody's in Dallas.
Okay.
Yes, everybody's in Dallas.
So that's good.
And so yeah, that's
So you really balance. So at 50, life is great for you right now.
Yeah.
it's very quiet. It's
Yeah.
very in my bubble.
Yeah.
It's
I love that.
what do
Me
what do I
too.
say? I'm doing life my way.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's
doing
the
my
way
way.
it should be.
You are very much in your own
Oh, yeah.
energy, and you can tell.
Thank you.
And I aspire to be like
Man.
you. Once
it's-
my kid
Literally,
is grown.
like, no, for real.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm like,
a
"Ooh,
good
I cannot
feeling
wait."
to wake up and I look over my day and I'm like, I woke up in my beautiful space.
Mhm.
I went to Pilates.
I love Pilates.
I went to brunch in my
Living.
building. And now I'm
Not
recording
brunch in the building.
a podcast. Who are you?
Who are you?
You are.
You
made
made it.
your life.
You have
You
made it.
You know what I mean? Like you have
Yes.
to stop and acknowledge
just
those
acknowledge
those moments.
because they'll
Yes.
go by so fast because you do it so much.
That's so
You'll
true.
forget that you are sitting right
Living
there
in
in
an
the middle of
answered prayer.
everything
Yes.
that
Ooh.
you ask him for.
Yes.
And driving what you know what I mean? Like oh, I'm just going to. I'm just going to record and shoot. Baby.
Yeah, it's just like,
Who are
girl, who
you?
are you?
Right.
Yes, and so it's something very beautiful in just acknowledging that because that's not regular. That's
Yeah.
not normal. Not for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I can't pretend like I know what this life feels like. This is very new to me, and I welcome more
I
of
just
it.
gotta say something so much because
What?
I'm so grateful because I feel like our platform has been the first step of people going to their next level
For
of
sure.
speaking.
Yeah.
And for us to be able
Everybody
to
has
create
said that today.
it
Like,
hit me just instantly, like right now. And I'm not even gonna lie, I can get shed a tear because it's crazy how
Yes.
and I just got a whole chill over my body when that epiphany just hit me.
mm-hmm,
And to hear that, I heard that from 3 people today.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's amazing. That's
Yes.
how I know that everything was in
Alignment.
alignment.
Yes, we're in alignment.
Posture.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If whenever I'm praying,
I'm
I'm like,
soaking this
Lord, my
up.
posture, correct me in my
Yes.
places where I'm slumped over,
Absolutely.
not physically,
Mhm.
but where I'm chilling, where I'm relaxed.
Absolutely.
Because because I could have been chilling, relaxing today. And he's like, wait a minute, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you just pushed the button to go to your 40th floor apartment.
Yeah.
I need you to put some respect on.
I need you to.
Yeah,
Listen.
So help me to
Yes.
don't ever
Don't
forget.
ever.
Because you can blink. You can blink and
Yeah.
It's all
Everything
gone.
can change.
Yes.
I'm telling you, and that's what people don't
You can blink
realize,
it could be
that
different tomorrow.
they don't like, you got to
Appreciate where you are.
exactly
For
where you
sure.
are, so
Yeah.
you
Ooh.
can be able to accept what's next for you, because it's
I
so
want
many people
the next and the next and the next.
And so many people want the life that we live right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't even
You know?
think that you are where, you
Where
like,
you're not where you want to be, but you've come a
imagine
long
those who
way.
not- and it's like,
Yeah.
God, you gave me so much grace. I have to thank you for
Yeah,
this, because
absolutely.
it's like,
So
we-
much grace.
we don't, we be taking it sometimes for granted. I feel like,
I remember just struggling, like,
yeah.
many years ago in my 20s and early 20s, and like looking in, this is real transparency, like looking in purses in the top of my closet to see if there's like change in there. That's
Absolutely.
real.
Anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is real.
That's
like just
real.
to put $4 in gas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now, we go to the gas tank and you put it in there and go sit in your car.
You go sit you don't even think about it. Till it click.
Click. Premium.
Yes. Oh, don't say premium.
Listen.
Girl.
Everybody want it until it's time to get
Until
into
it's
that
time
B
to
service.
Listen to that. Say that again. The B service.
Into that A service.
Yep.
Girl, that B service takes you out every time. You be like,
Your
can
life
we
could
push
be
it a little
going
bit more miles?
Listen, just a little bit.
Life
Ooh.
is good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in your car and then it pops up. B service is due in 1,200 miles. You can go to hell.
Listen, okay?
Because I'm sorry.
I can't do it right now. Oh, no.
You be disputing that devil
Oh
like,
my
girl,
God.
that is
Not
Why
disputing.
are you
wanna
reminding
see
me
it.
and I still have 1,200 miles of glory? Like, why would you interrupt this?
Why? I was doing just fine. You just ruined my day.
B service and it says, do you want to make the call? Absolutely
No.
not.
I don't.
Going to Papa John's. No.
No, for real. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we do. I do try to be very cognizant of paying attention to what I have right now and understanding that it is by design. And I'm just grateful for people that played a part in my life, that saw something in me that I didn't see, and that believed in
enough.
me, So just because somebody believes in you, like I said, that doesn't mean that they're your person.
Yeah.
Some people just have that gift of
take a shout out
pushing
for
and
them.
being a driver.
Yeah. Shout out to yourself though too, because
Yes.
you
I
is
bet
the
on
one.
it. I bet
Yeah,
on
you
it.
bet on yourself through it all.
Through
no matter
everything.
what. Whoever believed in you, you
And
still
won.
believe in yourself.
And won.
And won.
It's still here. It's still winning.
Yes. Oh my God.
It's a good feeling.
Oh no. I hate it.
Every time, right?
I feel like hour goes by so fast. when you're having fun.
A good conversation.
It's like, oh my God, not yet.
No.
That's the thing, that it doesn't feel like work.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
That's when you know
know.
that you are doing that thing that you got to do more
You
of.
gotta do
Yep.
more
Keep
of.
telling that story.
Yes.
Bro, what y'all are doing is important. Keep telling that
Yes.
story. Keep allowing a platform for people to keep telling the story
will.
at any age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, at any
we wanna
age.
hear
It's
it.
not, it'll never be too late. You can stop it and pick it back up in 10 more years. It's still going
It's
to be
still going to be there.
important.
Yes.
If it's yours, it's yours.
It's here.
Yeah, the gift
It's
doesn't go
God's
anywhere.
work. I'm telling you, it's just we're just going and doing the work. You know,
Shout out
whatever
to
He
y'all.
playing into us, we're just pushing it through. And we just so glad to have people like you
Thank
to be
you.
open and still coming and prioritizing this
Yeah,
as
this
a
was
Yes.
fun.
important. So let everybody know where they can find you.
Oh, man.
Anything you got coming up, definitely let it be known. We want to hear about it.
Do I
Yes,
need
we
to
do.
talk into the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, here
That's
go
your
yours
camera
right
right
there.
here.
Crazy.
Yes. Look, this is your first step.
Yes.
We put
This
that
is it.
seed in you right now.
Oh,
You
yeah.
really are.
Corporate coach, here you go. Let's go.
Okay. I can see me signing up for the class now.
Again, my name is Christie Dion. I am the owner of Trust Salon Studio located in Cedar Hill, Texas, as well as Brow Bay Studio. You can find me online at Brow Bay Dallas, BROWBAE_Dallas. And yeah, I look forward to seeing all of you soon.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you so much, guys. Again, if we would love for you guys to go and follow our YouTube page at Salon Talk Literally, and we also IG, which is Instagram as well, Salon Talk Literally. So
yes, it's a wrap. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Until next time.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.